Save $2 on fresh round stewed beef, $5.99 per pound. Save $3.70 on fresh sweet blueberries, $4.29 for a 1-pint tub. Save big on SHOPRITE long grain rice, only $3.75 for a 5-pound bag. Clean up with Bounty Basic Paper Towel, just $1.29 for 1 roll. Unbelievable low price on Palmolive dishwashing liquid, only $1.99 for a 20-ounce bottle. Visit our website at www.marketplace.bm for more super specials.
You can count on us.
Season's greetings from the Bermuda Public Service Union. The Executive, General Counsel, and Secretariat wish you a happy holiday and peaceful and prosperous New Year.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, January 2nd, 2018. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. Tourism Minister Jamal Simmons has condemned the violence that took place during New Year's Day at the Fairmont Southampton. Police had to respond to the resort during the early hours, once over complaints of a commotion and loud music, and a second time that saw a man left unconscious on an elevator. Police confirmed that 3 men remain in custody as a result, and the 23-year-old male victim is listed in stable condition in the hospital's intensive care unit. Mr. Simmons, who is also Minister for Economic Development, says, quote, "Violence and criminal activity of any sort have no place in our society. We condemn the incidents in the early hours of New Year's Day and encourage members of the public to assist in the investigation." He has reached out to the general manager at the Southampton Resort to offer government support and encouragement. The minister adding, "As we seek to grow our economy and attract more visitors to our shores, each of us have a responsibility and a role to play in preserving the peaceful and tranquil reputation for which we are globally renowned, not just for our visitors, but for each of us who call Bermuda home." And if you witness the incidents or have any information, you should call police at 247-1185. In other news, the Department of Public Transportation wishes to advise parents that they are unable to provide dedicated school buses in the near future as they continue to work with a diminished fleet. Buses specifically for students of the Barclay Institute and Cedar Bridge Academy cannot be offered at this time. In addition, the temporary facility to supplement the bus service with minibuses has ended. Therefore, all students are advised to utilize the regular bus service. In the event of cancellations, priority will be given to routes that service primary and middle school children. Circumstances are expected to improve as existing buses, that is, in the fleet are overhauled and new buses arrive, starting with one this month, with others to follow. An RFP for fleet replacement is drafted and is being reviewed prior to issuance. This is a longer-term project that will be undertaken as budget allows, end quote, once again from the Department of Public Transportation. In other news, yet another company has announced plans to offer internet service to the island, this time wirelessly. The company is promising higher speeds at competitive prices in a bid to lure customers from existing providers. The company is called Horizon Communications, and Tarai Trott spoke to its founder.
The newest entrant to the Bermuda Internet service landscape foresees Internet access to customers wirelessly in a way we haven't seen before.
It's not really line of sight. That's one of the beauties of the open standard LTE. It handles interference very well, but Bermuda has great topography for this. We have tall places to transmit from. There's numerous towers around the island that are used for government services and telecommunications already for cell phones.
Gilbert Darrow is the founder and CEO of internet startup company Horizon Communications, which plans to start offering internet services by this June.
Well, simply, Horizon is an internet provider. That's our goal, provide internet, voice over IP, home phone service, and IP television to customers, and then eventually transition and add on services such as mobile services, cell phones.
Horizon will differ from existing wireless internet service by broadcasting a data signal around the island that does not require line of sight, much like mobile data from your cell phone company.
Our equipment can do 150 today, equipment you can buy right now. The manufacturer coming out with 300 megabit per second equipment. It will be ready almost in a few months. And then going into 2019, you're probably looking at 600 megabits per second, all from the same equipment. You're seeing even places like in Australia, who is really rolling out this technology full force. They're doing 1 gigabit per second tests with the same exact equipment we're rolling out here in Bermuda.
Horizon is unique in that they are reliant on crowdfunding to get their business off the ground.
There's a new business model out there now for raising capital, and it's crowdfunding. It's the Kickstarter for real ground companies that are selling services instead of selling a widget or a product. So we're doing a crowd sale right now, assuming that goes successfully, which all indications are it has been received very well. We will be launching in June. We'll have services turned on by June.
Mr. Darrow, who is the grandson of former MP Gilbert Darrow, has plans to hire Bermudians to join his team.
Our team already, you can see it on our website, horizoncom.co is our launch website. We're already hiring people, looking to hire people who are living here, who are locals, Bermudians. I'm half Bermudian myself and half American. There's a lot of strong talent on the island, especially with all the mergers that have happened with all the current telecoms in the last few years. So I think we'll be able to help improve the economy and hopefully improve your home internet.
And that was Tarai Trout reporting. If things go well here, Horizon Communications plans to expand to smaller islands in the Caribbean with similar services and eventually into South America. Mr. Darrow sees cryptocurrency as the future of money and plans to even accept cryptocurrency as payment for his services. To find out more, visit their website, horizoncom.co. Yes, you heard it correctly. That website address again is horizoncom.co. Well, stay with us. More news, and you won't want to miss tonight's AccuWeather report after the break.
You can count on us.
Save $5 on fresh Atlantic salmon fillets, $13.99 per pound. A 5-pound bag of Canadian red potatoes, only $3.49. A quick meal in minutes, Ronzoni spaghetti, $1.49 for a 16-ounce box. General Mills Honey Nut Cheerios, $3.99 for a 12.25-ounce box. Select varieties of wholesome Pantry almond milk, $3.95 for a 64-ounce carton. All stores open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
This is an important and valuable message from the Ministry of Transport and Regulatory Affairs to all of Bermuda to take more care on our roads.
This is Deputy Premier and Transport Minister Walter Raban. In 2017, once again, Bermuda lost too many lives on our roads. You don't need a holiday to know that you should think before your first alcoholic drink. If you intend to consume alcohol, do so responsibly. Have a strategy for getting home without driving impaired. Join the smart ones this holiday and plan ahead. Think before you drink. Help make this a happier and safer holiday for everyone. Join me, the Bermuda Road Safety Council, and CARTON in a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Think before you drink.
A 54-year-old airline passenger has pleaded not guilty to disorderly conduct on board a British Airways flight. Pembroke resident Helder Vieira appeared in magistrate's court today and denies acting in a disruptive manner and disobeying a lawful command by an airline crew member on New Year's Eve. The alleged incident was said to have taken place on board a BA flight from London Gatwick to Bermuda. Police arrested the man at the LF Wade International Airport. Magistrate Kamisi Tacumbo granted the defendant bail at $5,000 with a like surety and ordered him to report to the Hamilton Police Station weekly. A next court appearance is expected later this month. In other news, the future is bright for two Bermudian theater students thanks to comedy team Nadanja and Nashante's Entertainment Scholarship Fund. The siblings have donated $20,000 to young people since the year 2014.
The island's up-and-coming stars behind the scenes are making it big in 2018. Thanks to a $3,000 check, student life is a little easier for Ryan Day and Zaudatu Mariam. Aspiring freelance lighting designer Ryan is aiming for London's top theatre scene while studying at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama.
I used to just hang out backstage in all the shows with my parents when I was 11 years old. And then one year my mom told me to do something help out backstage. And I said I'd like to do the lights. So I was 11 doing the lights. And then after that I was just shadowing people, shadowing designers, shadowing production people. And over the time it became more of a hobby, and then it just became more of a career, and now it's my life goals. I think in 5 years' time I want to have successfully lit a show in the West End. and the show to be successful. So like, you know, big shows like today, like Hamilton, Wicked, those ones. Whatever you want to do, just try out. Because I didn't know I was going to be a line designer. I wanted to be a pilot, so I didn't think that I was going to be a line designer. So I think people need to just try things.
Zadatu Mariam has successfully returned to Acadia University in Canada, but with a little extra incentive.
I have a 5-year-old, and she was transitioning to primary school. I had saved up enough money for at least the next year, and I just decided I would go.
And how far will this scholarship go in helping you pursue your studies?
It is a huge help. I'm actually looking at funding for next year, so this will go towards that, and it's about half of a term to help me, yeah.
And how do you juggle being a mom and a student?
It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but I'm making it work. And, you know, my classmates help. They're great babysitters, and it's awesome, yeah.
Nadandra and Ashanti will continue to do what they do best, entertain, and encourage others to give back in some way this year.
For me, it's just a great feeling to be able to give back to the young people who are in the same field that we truly love. You know, I remember being in high school, trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to do. I didn't just do theater, I did theater and something else so that I can ensure that I did get some financial support and sponsorship, because as we said earlier, there's not many opportunities for performing arts students. So it's just a great feeling to be able to say, you know what, these guys, that's their bachelor's. They're only doing theater. Like, you know, when students are overseas doing, or I should say studying the performing arts, it's passion.
They were an inspiration to us. And in their interview process, and they make me want to perform more in Bermuda. You know, because those are the ones who I'm going to hire to, like I said, to do the lights. So, their interviews were really good. And this year, just expect a lot from me this year. You know, just expect a lot from me. I don't know about Nashanti, but expect a lot from me.
I always have high expectations of you, because I'm the big sister.
No, she's not. I'm 8 years older than her. Her tail's bigger.
Turning to weather news, nicer conditions for our Wednesday, but another cold front will bring rain and very strong winds on Thursday as part of a winter storm that will impact the east coast of the United States. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and I hope you had a great Tuesday. I know we've had some pretty unsettled weather happening across the island for today. We actually reached our daytime high just after midnight, and then we've already reached our low temperature for the day, and we'll start to see those temperatures rebounding just a touch as we head into the overnight hours. What we actually have happening is a cold front has been moving through the island. It's been making some slow progress, so we've had a lot of clouds today, and also those showers as well. Looks like we'll have some steadier rain to deal with and some gusty winds by the time we head into tomorrow. So we'll have more on that forecast coming up in just a bit. Expect those showers to continue as we head into the overnight hours, and this has been producing a lot of moisture. You can see that with our water vapor, all of this white indicating where we do have moisture, and then of course the drier air is the yellow, and we don't have any of that right over us right now. Conditions, as I mentioned, we already reached our daytime low today as those temperatures tumbled with the passage of that cold front. Temperatures right now across the island in the upper 50s. Humidity is at 69%, and it is a little bit breezy outside. We're looking at winds out of the north-northwest, 16 to 20 knots, and waves outside of the reef running between 5 and 7 feet. And we are going to look at some deteriorating conditions with the weather here once we get into Wednesday. For tonight, though, it's mostly cloudy. Again, keep in mind we reached our low temperature today. A couple of showers continuing throughout the overnight hours, and then what we're going to have happening for tomorrow, we're actually getting the impacts from a storm system developing off the east coast of the United States. That's going to be a nor'easter developing from the southeast, and as that moves up the northeast coast, it's going to produce a lot of wind. So what does that mean for us? For tomorrow, especially tomorrow night, we are going to have to worry about increasing winds. We could be looking at some gale force winds by tomorrow night. So if you have anything that can easily potentially blow around on your property. You'll want to bring that indoors to prevent it from blowing around. Temperatures tomorrow in the 60s, cloudy and increasingly windy. And then by tomorrow night, I think we're looking at more of a steadier rainfall and potentially even some thunder as well. So if you had any kind of plans on heading out on the water, I would not encourage it, at least until the weekend. Small craft warning is in place through Wednesday evening. Again, we are looking at the threat of some gale force winds and also some thunder as well. But if you're a brave one, here's a look at your tidal times there. High tide 1 coming in at 8:39 tonight. So please use extreme caution if you plan on heading out on the water. Your getaway forecast, perhaps you're headed out to Canada, Toronto, dealing with a little bit of snow shower activity there. And then much of the East Coast looking at some cold temperatures with highs only in the 20s. Meantime, out toward the islands here, Jamaica, looking at mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 80s. Your extended forecast here, again, very gusty winds for Wednesday night into Thursday morning, some steady rain at times, and also some shower activity continuing into our Friday. Looking better but cooler once the weekend arrives. For the latest news and weather information, be sure to tune into these 3 local radio stations: Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Fresh Breath Dental is more than a dental office. It's a community dental office with wheelchair access, scholarship opportunities, community day free extractions, plus savings opportunities with $25 off through BIU and BPSU and referral award, and an $80 teeth cleaning as part of our transitional program. Because we believe when the community benefits, we all benefit, as a healthy mouth is a healthier you. So don't delay. Call 433-6825 or email info@fbdl.bm to schedule your appointment today at Fresh Breath Dental in the Cedar Park Center, Hamilton.
Many say it's paradise. But in plain sight, a killer is lurking.
We are in an epidemic in Bermuda.
All of us have to take it seriously. A worst case scenario would be more of the same. More amputations, more deaths due to strokes.
Diabetes, it's one of the leading causes of death in Bermuda and costs the economy millions of dollars a year. And experts say the numbers are only growing.
Join me, Tony Waterman, for our week-long special Sugar High, Bermuda's battle with diabetes. I'll take you behind the numbers to talk diets, sidewalks, and political will to show you the real face of diabetes here in Bermuda. Coverage starts January 8th.
This year's New Year's Honors list includes several key members of Bermuda's America's Cup team. The Queen's Certificate and Badge of Honor awards have been presented to more than 20 people who have led ACBDA committees. These group recipients are joined by individuals such as the president of the Audubon Society, Andrew Dobson, and social worker Glenda Edwards. One of the key figures on the ACBDA team was Dr. Joseph Francione, who was the medical director.
I got a phone call from Mike Winfield in mid-2015 asking me if I wanted to be involved in the medical aspect of the America's Cup, and it seemed to be a good fit. I've been involved in road safety for over 30 years, so I accepted. So I became the chairman of health and safety for the event. At the beginning, that was the World Series event we had, and then finally the main event, the 35th America's Cup, I became medical director of that.
That must have been challenging.
It was very challenging. Obviously, there's lots of organizations involved, so I was sort of the glue. But I mean, we had everybody from the hospital, St. John Ambulance, Regiment, all kinds of organizations involved in providing medical support for what was expected to be a fairly dangerous sporting event. I mean, these boats went very fast.
Very fast.
And so we had to be ready for the worst and hope for the best.
I'm sure behind the scenes there must have been jamming of fingers and smashing of this.
Well, there were lots of small injuries, but surprisingly there were few major injuries. So we were very lucky. And don't forget, we were providing medical support not only for the competitors, but also for the public. and we did see quite a lot of people attend that event on our beautiful Cross Island, and we had lots of minor things. Fortunately, no major things.
I saw one or two boats capsize, nothing out of that.
Yeah, minor things. We were actually very lucky, considering the speed they go and the foils that are traveling through the water. In terms of competitors, we were very lucky.
30 years of road safety, and you get the nod for America's Cup, huh?
That's fine. I mean, the two dovetailed very nicely. I mean, my 30 years of working in road safety gave me the background, I think, that was needed to put together the committee, first of all, and to actually put it into action and provide that medical support. And I have to say, it's one of the most interesting things I've done for a couple of reasons. One of them is I'm not a sailor. And you don't have to be a sailor to provide medical support. But I can now talk as if I'm a sailor because I ate, drank, and slept America's Cup for 2 years. So I can sound like a sailor if you want.
Turning to sports, champions were crowned at the Wellington Oval on New Year's Day. A harness racing record was broken at Vesey Street, and youngsters conclude competing in Florida. Earl Bazin has the details of holiday sports and more in tonight's Sports Report.
EPHC Zebras picked up their third trophy of the season and the first for 2018 as they defeated the North Village Rams 2-0 at the Wellington Oval yesterday in the Bermuda Football Association's Friendship Trophy final. After a scoreless first half, Marco Warren would bring the crowd to their feet in the 61st minute. Warren was put through from a pass off the boot of Markel Waldron. He cut back and beat Taj Bow with a right-footed shot. PHC went in search of a second goal, and it came when North Village Rams failed to clear the ball, and two crosses resulted in the ball hitting the crossbar before Darren Usher would slam the ball into the net from close range, thus ending the game as a contest in the 79th minute. Scott Morton, the PHC coach, commended his team for their performance.
We love playing on bigger fields, obviously, because we have the players to do that. That's our style of play that we will always bring to any team. It's up to them to nullify us, but we're always looking out for that too. But I just love the occasion. The players gave everything they had out on the pitch. You can see that, the belief that they have in them. The trust is just all throughout, with the trust from me, the trust from them, and the club. The support that the club gives us just makes it much easier to go out and perform.
Morton also had these words about Marco Warren.
I don't know what type of defense you can put up against him, but he's just so intelligent, he's so phenomenal. But again, with the support that he has around him and allowing him to have freedom to express himself, and then we just work on supporting him from there.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by the all-new Boundary at Fairmount, Southampton, the West End's only sports bar. Catch all the action and enjoy smoked to perfection barbecue, beer, and other pub favorites. It's game on at Boundary.
The Shield final was a derby between Southampton Rangers and the Paget Lions. This was always going to be an evenly balanced affair. The Southampton Rangers would put early pressure on the Paget Lions with constant shots that saw Paget Lions goalkeeper Jason Smith busy. But in the 26th minute, Smith would not deny Jakaya Dyer, who scored from close range to give the Southampton Rangers the lead. They would take that 1-0 lead to the break. However, Paget would give themselves a lifeline when Devin Dills equalized. However, the Southampton Rangers would go back in front. This time would prove to be the winner from Dante Brangman. Southampton Rangers coach Jomar Wilkinson was pleased with the outcome of the game, but he had to make some adjustments at the half.
I think I just instilled that possession was a big component of today. We understand it was a big field. We had to make the field big and dominate possession. In turn, they were tired and they would make mistakes, and we understood that and we was patient with that. I would have liked to see my team make be a little bit more patient in the last start of the field, but that's a process. They're a young team. They made a lot of progress. My hat skills off to them. They gave me everything I want as a coach from the beginning, from day one. They're committed, and this validates that hard work does pay off. If players are willing to be honest, we can be successful.
The harness pony racing season resumed at the National Equestrian Center on Vesey Street yesterday. Kaiwan Waldron in the bike of Special Gold broke the 2-year-old stake race record when he was clocked at 105 flat. Finishing second in the 2-year-old stakes races was This Baby Rocks with Christian Truin in the bike. Golden Glory with Kaiwan Waldron finished third. Who's That? And Dylan De Silva finished fourth, while Inwards Realist with Casey Truin in the bike finished fifth. Cherokee's Iron Man with Derico Clark in the bike won the age stake races, clocking the fastest time of 103-3. Finishing second was Simsville Hard Times and Philip Correa. Pocket de Gold and Christian Truin finished third. Rio Patrol and Tyler Lopes finished fourth. Costa the Dragon and Andy Stoneham finished fifth. And It's All About Me and Christian Truin finished in sixth. The 2017 Junior Orange Bowl Sailing Regatta concluded in Florida. In the Laser Fleet, Ben Smith finished fourth with 47 net points. Matthew Arruda finished on the podium in the Optimus Green Fleet after finishing third with 85 net points. Ava Rossa finished 8th with 97 net points. In 9th was Trey Bailey, who had 98 points, while Sarah Davis ended 13th with 146 points. Isaac Rick Ramage finished in 20th with 191 points. Sam Redburn ended in 39th with 333 points. William Baxton finished with 343 points, finishing in 40th, while Ciara Wells finished 56th with 488 points. Sebastian Kemp finished 21st in the 263 sailor Optimus Blue Fleet with 174 points, while Magnus Reinstead ended in 43rd with 240 points. Laura Hopman concluded in 127th position with 364 points, while Rachel Bashard finished in 147th with 409 points. Nicole Stubble finished 187th. Amelia Lewis was 193rd. Jack Roberts was 205th, while Ben Redburn ended 212th. Gabrielle Backstone finished 218th. Bermuda Amateur Swimming Association's Winter Long Course Invitational took place at the National Sports Center. Local competitors as well as swimmers from visiting Germantown Academy took on the challenge in the pool. Madeline Moore won the women's 15 and over 100 meter freestyle, touching the wall in a time of 1:00:11. Germantown Academy swimmer Emma Atkinson finished second, stopping the clock in a time of 1:01:25, and Ashley Irby finished third in 1:06:28. Brian Desmond won the 13 to 14 boys 100 meter freestyle, clocking 58:95. Caleb Ingham was second in 1:02:41, and Finn Mosley finished third in a time of 1:04:02. The men's 15 and over 100 meter freestyle was won by Jesse Washington, who clocked a winning time of 51:96. Germantown Academy's Mark Arzerver was second in 59:89, and Keegan Woolley finished third in 59:98. Jaden Judd recorded a personal best time on her way to winning the 11 to 12 girls 100 meter backstroke, clocking 1:20:31.
Tonight's sports has been brought to you by the all-new Boundary at Fairmount, Southampton, the West End's only sports bar. Catch all the action and enjoy smoked to perfection barbecue, beer, and other pub favorites. It's game on at Boundary.
I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Price Rate is your one-stop shop with something for everyone. Household goods for kitchen, bedroom, and bathroom. Aisles of bulk groceries at value prices. A complete selection of fresh meat and produce. And an extensive range of frozen items to cover every meal. Wines from around the world and beer and liquor at discount prices. Visit Price Right at our 2 locations in Pembroke and Warren. There's always something new and always something for everyone.
Mingling with the good people we meet. Good friends we had, good friends we lost, along the way. In this great future you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say, no woman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
In medical news, how a berry could help treat cervical cancer and the impact of online tobacco marketing on teenagers. Here are some of the day's top health stories.
A study in pediatrics suggests teenagers are more likely to start smoking after viewing tobacco marketing online. Researchers analyzed data from nearly 12,000 teens. They found non-users had a 26% higher chance of trying a tobacco product after watching online videos or using social networking sites to view tobacco products. A small study funded by the National Institutes of Health reveals people given e-cigarettes smoke less and are more likely to quit compared to people who smoke traditional cigarettes. But researchers caution e-cigarettes can also act as a gateway to smoking for some users. And blueberries may one day lead to a treatment for cervical cancer. Scientists at the University of Missouri went into the lab to test whether blueberry extract could make cancer cells more responsive to radiation therapy. They found the combination decreased cancer cells by 70%. Researchers hope to eventually test the blueberry extract on humans to see if it can help cancer patients. Those are some of the day's top health stories. John Shumo, CBS News, New York.
And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Good night.